Hi, I'm Cheyenne. Welcome to Jackson County Today.
Welcome back. Got an old friend of the show on right now, Jennifer Griffin. You know her best from Covenant Hospice. She was on the show several times talking about the Garden Gala, which was a huge success. And right now, she's getting ready to kick off a brand new event. Jennifer, it just seems like yesterday, I guess it was in April, that you were talking about this idea you had for a new event, Marianna Mistletoe Market. What's it all about?
Well, the idea is for everybody to cross everything off of their shopping list for Christmas. We are going to have over 25 vendors there with all of the goodies that you can spend and give as Christmas gifts. So we're really excited about that.
Now, 25 vendors, that's a pretty big wad of people. Where are you going to hold this thing?
It's going to be at the Ag Conference Center on Penn Avenue in Marianna, across from the old Dozier building.
Okay, so that's the new Ag Center, right? That's the new, what I call the new Ag Center. I wouldn't even know that was Pennsylvania Avenue, frankly. It's the one that's right off the interstate there.
Correct.
Beautiful facility. It's relatively new. The Chamber of Commerce holds all of their First Fridays there, so people should be aware of where it's at and what it's all about. So it is a nice facility. So you're going to do this pretty soon, coming up here November 22nd, 23rd?
22nd and 23rd. It's on Friday and Saturday. We're going to open the doors to shoppers at 9 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. each night.
This has sort of echoes of Holly Fair or that kind of an event. Would that be fair to say?
It will. Our office in Dothan, Covenant Hospice in Dothan, holds an event called Holiday of Hope at the Civic Center each year, and it was 3 or 4 weeks ago. And it is definitely a smaller version of that. We would like to eventually get as big as that is. I don't know that we have a venue quite that big, but it is going to be very similar to that.
Well, obviously, you pick the time of year that is the gift-giving time of year.
That's right.
So that should be good. And obviously, it's a successful event if your vendors make money, and if people come, find bargains, and relay to you that, yes, they would come back again. I would think that those two things together, along with the fact that maybe no blood is shed and nobody gets hurt, that it's a really a successful event.
Yeah, we actually had a wonderful response with vendors. I think we had all booth spaces filled in about 2 weeks of just, talking about the event, so that everybody's been really receptive about that. So now we're just praying for lots and lots of shoppers each day.
If you sold out your vendor spaces that quickly, and I think I said this to you at the time, you probably charged too little, I mean, realistically. But that said, you only have one chance to make a good first impression.
That's right.
So better that you keep it relatively small, contained, under control. Now you're dictating the way people are going to set up so that there's some homogeneous look to this. How far are you going to along that line that you're dictating how things are decorated or presented?
Each vendor booth space is a 10 by 10, and some vendors bought a double space. We're supplying them an 8-foot table and 2 chairs. We're going to have the tables draped in uniform colors, but each vendor is asked to decorate with holiday decorations to keep the theme. Artistic Designs Unlimited out of Marianna is going to come in and do some Christmas decorations, so it'll be very festive. So we hope that the decorations and everything together will get everybody in the Christmas spirit.
Now, I'm not going to ask you to list all of your vendors because invariably you're going to forget somebody and somebody's going to get mad. What kind of a variety of things can people see there from these vendors?
One thing that we did try to do is limit the number of vendors that have like items. I know it can get very boring going to shows like this and every other booth being like items. We will have children's clothing. We will have vinyl personalization on gifts. We have handmade jams and jellies, soaps and lotions, candles, jewelry. We have woodworking. We have a guy coming that does some woodworking. We have boutique clothing. Let's see what else we'll have there. Hand-painted Christmas ornaments, some mesh wreaths, door hangers, lots of gift-giving ideas.
Those mesh wreaths seem to be real popular.
They are.
That's a hot item right now. This is early enough, a full month before Christmas, so that it actually gives you the opportunity for shopping ideas and gift buying, but it's not like a last minute thing.
Yeah.
There's lots of room. I would imagine that the long-term value to a vendor is that they can recycle them back to their place of business, or if they work out of their home, to take orders.
Sure.
Are you finding that people are going to be selling a la carte right there, or that maybe they'll, in some cases, like with the big wreaths and all, they'll just take orders?
Every vendor that I have talked to is bringing items to actually sell there, but I know that there will be several that will take orders for things. We have several direct sell lines that will be there, such as Cincy and 31, Advocare is coming to take orders there also, but they'll have plenty of cash and carry. And we don't want people to only focus on buying gifts. Everybody deserves to take a little something home for themselves too.
Yeah, I like that. So this is a one-stop shop. Realistically, could you find something for everyone in your family, just judging by the list of vendors you've got so far, do you think?
I think so. It's always hard to find things for men. You men are hard to please. So we don't have a lot of vendors that come carrying men items, but we're working on that. So if you are a vendor that sells men items, we would really like to, get your information. But there'll be plenty of things for the ladies in your life and the kids. So the most two important things, huh?
Well, and I was going to say, if my wife is happy, I'm good.
That's right.
I don't need a thing. I have, like anybody, I have wants and needs, but, as you get older, those things get closer together. And, I can't think of a thing in the world that I need. And if my wife is happy and she has everything she needs, realistically, I'm good.
That's right.
I'm happy. I know that she has made plans to attend this. And looking at your flyer, you've got some pretty long hours, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
We are. We want to be sure to catch the after-work crowd on Friday, and we want to stay open late enough on Saturday that if you do need to go somewhere out of town, that we'll still be there when you come back. We want to be sure that everybody has a time slot to come, and we don't want to miss anybody.
Yeah, this time of year, especially football, lots of homecomings. You've got all kinds of things, fall festivals, and obviously you're right, a week before Christmas.
Yeah.
A week before Thanksgiving. What has been your response? Like, you're sold out on vendors. What has been the overall response from the public as far as those who will be attendees?
We have had so many calls. We did not pre-sell tickets this year. We're just going to be selling tickets at the door. They'll be $5 a piece. We have started an event on Facebook that's gotten a lot of traction with people saying that they're going to be there. We've heard lots of positive comments. We've gotten lots of calls at the office. We've been handing out flyers at all the local festivals and around town while we're doing our marketing for Covenant. And so we have just had an overall very positive response for the community. So we're really excited about that.
Well, where you're physically located there in that ag center, not that far from Bluntstown. You're right there at I-10, so whether you're coming from the east or the west, and obviously Marianna has a built-in market, Jackson County, Marianna, greater Marianna, lots of people right there. Were you to fill up this year and you just absolutely have to have a larger place, what are your options going forward for a larger venue? Are there any? That
is $1 million question. We run into that issue with Garden Gala as well. It's a sold-out crowd each year, so we're having a little growing pains with that. I hope this year with the Mistletoe Market that we reach capacity each day with shoppers at a given time. So that's definitely some avenues to look at on growing area.
Do you know what your capacity per the fire marshal is? Do you know how many people you can legally and safely have in that building at a time?
300.
That's all? Mm-hmm. So obviously, if you've got 25 vendors and they've got a couple people per, you've already got 50, 75 maybe people with your staff and volunteers. So really, a couple hundred shoppers is going to kind of round things out. And I can see you filling that up for that period of time. Now, Friday's always a tough sell because it is a work day. But it also is the alternative if somebody's going to out of town to FSU or to Gainesville for a football game that Saturday. It gives them that opportunity on Friday. Also, you could slip away on your lunch hour.
Well, on lunch hour, and a lot of places close at noon on Fridays. So we're hoping to get that traffic And then that was another reason to stay open until 8 p.m. on Friday night. If you don't get off until 4 or 5, it still gives you a couple hours to come shop.
It seems just like yesterday that several months ago, heck, all the way back to April or May, you gave us a call and you said, "Hey, listen, I got this idea. What do you think?" And obviously, it's been it drove itself almost. It sounds like, not to say that there's not been a lot of hard work behind the scenes, but if you sold your vendors out that quickly and you've had that much positive response from shoppers who can't wait to spend some money, you've got all the makings for a good event.
I hope so.
It costs for an attendee to come in. There's an admission charge.
Yeah, it's going to be $5 per person. 10 and under are free.
Okay.
So, and with that, we are going to have a cafe there. So if you come during your lunch hour, Sweet Stuff Bakery will be set up. We'll be serving lunch. We'll have some muffins and coffee for breakfast. So we want it to be a one-stop shop, not only for our shoppers, but for our vendors also. We really want to pride ourselves on vendor hospitality and let them know the way that we can take care of people and meet all of their needs while they're there also. It is going to be decorated and, festive Christmas decorations. We want people to know that they can come and take care of some of their Christmas shopping locally and use local vendors and also support Covenant Hospice while they're doing it.
Yeah, and we're remiss if we don't mention that. This is a fundraiser, a fundraising effort executed by Covenant Hospice.
Correct.
And we have failed to even mention that. But so, that's another great reason for somebody to participate. As a vendor, as an attendee, come spend your $5, get something to eat. You're actually supporting Covenant Hospice while you get the opportunity. So even if you don't find something you like to spend money on, that $5 is going to a good cause.
That's right. That's right.
How many volunteers do you have right now with Covenant?
For the event?
No, within your organization. You got a ballpark? I know you got hundreds.
Yeah, I think just in the Marianna office, we probably float anywhere between 200 to 225 on our roster at a given time.
Yeah, in talking to Terry Glass, I think at the Paint and Pork Festival, that she said something along the lines of, multiples of hundreds that over your whole coverage area. And you could not do what you do without those volunteers.
Oh my gosh, no. Every day. We have so many just faithful volunteers that even come in on a daily basis just to help with administrative things in the office. They're there on a regular basis just like our employees are, and we could not do what we do without them. We have specially trained volunteers who go out and sit with patients. We have volunteers that come in and work on administrative stuff. We have specially trained 11th hour volunteers that go and sit out. Part of our mission is that no one passes alone, so we have volunteers that are trained for that. We have yard angel volunteers that will go and cut grass or clean up yards, wash windows. We have ambassador volunteers that are trained to go into our facilities. We have We Honor Veteran volunteers that go, and anytime we admit a veteran, we have a special certificate that we print in a pen, and so we would like to have a veteran volunteer go and present that veteran with their certificate and pen also.
Wow, and we've talked in detail about Covenant, and I was unaware of that aspect of it. I know you guys hate it when I say it, but nobody gets out alive. And I hope, and I've said this to you and Terry before, that I'll never need your professional services, but we all will at some point. It's not a matter of if, but when.
That's right.
And so hospice is, I love your phrase, adding life to days when days can't be added to life, to allow somebody to truly put a little bit more life into those remaining days when they know that they have a diagnosis that is only going one direction. I'm totally amazed at and by hospice in its entirety. And I know you're here to talk about the event, but again, it would be remiss if we didn't point out the fact that this is to support such a worthy effort with Covenant Hospice. So again, that's the Marianna Mistletoe Market, November 22nd and 23rd, in what I call the new Ag Center on Pennsylvania Avenue in Marianna, not far from the interstate, accessible from almost everywhere. $5 admission, you can't go wrong. We'll be right back.